반짝이는 눈빛 눈이 부셔 매일 날 감싸주는 손길.
Yoon Sang-ho was demanding that Shin Yeo-jin sign the divorce papers immediately. There was a much deeper reason behind why Shin Yeo-jin hadn't yet officially divorced Yoon Sang-ho, who had been absent from the home for a long time. Today, the truth was about to be revealed. Yoon Sang-ho, the actual owner of Hyesung Group, was filing for divorce, and the intense battle for Hyesung was about to begin. Shin Yeo-jin's cruel actions, such as framing Goo-hana as a fake daughter, were pushing things to a breaking point. It was heart-wrenching to see Goo-hana, the victim, pleading with Shin Yeo-jin, who was the one in the wrong. How must Goo Ji-seok feel seeing his sister begging to see Eun-chong just once? He could only ask his sister to cut ties with Eun-chong, warning her that she couldn't even call Shin Yeo-jin an enemy anymore. Soon, Goo-hana would finally discover who her real enemy was. Goo Ji-seok had gone to confront Shin Yeo-jin about how he was treating his sister, and even Yoon Sang-ho couldn't stand by any longer. Yoon Sang-ho had heard that Eun-chong was suffering from depression, separated from her biological grandmother and under a restraining order from Shin Yeo-jin. He pleaded with her, asking if she'd forgotten how much they regretted losing their daughter Eugene. He reminded her that Goo-hana was that person who had cared for Eun-chong when no one else did. Despite all his heartfelt words, Shin Yeo-jin showed no remorse. Shin Yeo-jin's reasoning was that Eun-chong was her grandchild, and there was no need for her to be with a stranger when her grandmother was still alive and well. She claimed that once Eun-chong grew older, she wouldn't even remember the hardship she had faced. This frustrated Yoon Sang-ho, who couldn't understand why Shin Yeo-jin couldn't allow the child to have a relationship with Goo-hana. He begged her to think carefully, warning her that what she was doing wasn't for Eun-chong's well-being. Yoon Sang-ho assured his hope that Shin Yeo-jin would come to her senses and let go of her obsession, so they could all be happy. But Shin Yeo-jin remained stubborn. She mocked Yoon Sang-ho, asking if he intended to take Eun-chong from her or reclaim the company he had abandoned for 20 years. Shin Yeo-jin had already applied for family correction regarding Eun-chong, so Yoon Sang-ho felt powerless to stop her. It was clear that words alone wouldn't resolve this issue, and Yoon Sang-ho knew he had to take action to help Goo Ji-seok and Goo-hana. Meanwhile, Hwang Jin Goo, who had been a supporter of Shin Yeo-jin, was also starting to oppose her, especially after she sided with Goo-hana. Shin Yeo-jin believed Goo-hana was the root cause of all her troubles, and she felt desperate. She even consulted Choi Myung-ji and Yoon Se-young for help, unaware that they were already working against her. Choi Myung-ji, trying to manipulate the situation, handed Goo-hana an ultrasound photo, claiming it was from a pregnancy with Hwang Jin Goo. She accused Goo-hana of destroying her life and nearly causing a miscarriage. This left Goo-hana feeling guilty, especially since she had genuine feelings for Hwang Jin Goo, but knew this situation was wrong. Despite Goo-hana's apology and clear intention to distance herself from Hwang Jin Goo, Choi Myung-ji and Yoon Se-young insisted that Goo-hana needed to disappear for good. They believed that only then would Jin Goo be able to clear his head and Eun-chong could be adopted. Choi Myung-ji pushed forward with a plan to get rid of Goo-hana. She and Yoon Se-young convinced Shin Yeo-jin to take extreme measures. This situation grew more complicated as Goo-hana's position became increasingly precarious. Despite the tension, Shin Yeo-jin remained determined to protect her interests at any cost.
'Cause you are beautiful.